Werewolf by Night snuck up on me. For some reason, I thought it was dropping later in the month rather than the same week as Hellraiser, Terrifier 2, Mr. Harrison's Phone, and countless other big horror films. So while I try to catch up with all of those, I did manage to sneak in the hour-long special made to look like a CBS special presentation movie of the week during its opener. Having proven my love for Werewolf by Night in the first year of this YouTube channel by covering the first 20 issues of the 70s comic book series, I think it's safe to say I was interested in how this adaptation turned out. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. Werewolf by Night is new, streaming on Disney+. It's directed by Michael Giacchino and written by Heather Quinn, Peter Cameron, and based on characters created by Gerry Conway. The great monster hunter, Ulysses Bloodstone, is dead, and the amulet that gave him his powers, coincidentally named the Bloodstone, is up for grabs. At Ulysses' funeral, a great hunt is conducted with some of the world's greatest hunters in attendance, including Ulysses' daughter, Elsa, and a mysterious stranger named Jack Russell. The winner of the hunt gets the Bloodstone. As the hunt proceeds, alliances are made and secrets are revealed. Werewolf by Night is a gateway remake of The Beast Must Die, an amicus gimmick werewolf mystery about a group of people gathered at a mansion, and one of them is a werewolf. It's refreshing given the type of cookie cutter, done by committee superhero movies we've been getting from Marvel and Disney these days. It's fun that they're trying to make a throwback film that feels like a midnight monster movie you might find being featured on Svengoolie. While I don't think that simply filming in black and white is the cinematic achievement many are lauding this film to be, I think it does look very nice for what it is. There's some fun use of chiaroscuro shadow play that cuts the corners during the transformation sequence that is a hallmark of werewolf films since the beginning. But the loss of color, except for the glowing red bloodstone, does take away from some of the more fast-moving action scenes. The climactic battle with the titular werewolf is tough to follow, as if the filmmakers didn't want to focus too much on the practical werewolf costume for fear it would look hokey. Instead, we get a big, furry hunchback jumping around from shadow to shadow. It's during these scenes that they are supposedly using Tarantino's use of black and white violence and gore to get around the censors. But how cool would this have been if the blood were colored in as brightly red as the Bloodstone itself? Sadly, that didn't happen, and it just looks like grape juice is splattered everywhere. My main issue with Werewolf by Night is that it really isn't about Werewolf by Night. I'm a huge fan of the classic series, so when I found out Marvel was doing a throwback special featuring the third-tier character, I was jumping for joy. Every character is someone's favorite character. I believe Stan Lee said that. But while Gael Garcia Bernal, who plays Jack Russell, appears in most of the film, I really didn't get a feeling of who Russell is or what makes him different from the other heroes in the MCU. He doesn't even give the viewers his last name, for Christ's sakes. Most likely because they didn't want to have people poke fun of the name being the same as a breed of terrier. We know he's deceptive and kind of secretive. He's got a curse, and he's tried different things to get around that. But his origin? What he knows? Where he comes from? None of that is given. What we do get is the story of Elsa Bloodstone, played by Laura Donnelly, the foul-mouthed, alcohol-swilling descendant of the famous monster hunter. Much of the screen time follows her story. We find out about her problems with her father, how she is looked at as a traitor and black sheep of the family, how she is a bit of a rebel, and can kick ass when need be as she battles the other hunters. Elsa and Jack even get trapped in a crypt in one instance, and it's Elsa's knowledge of her family history that gets them out. All of that would be fine in a special called, maybe, Elsa Bloodstone. But this one's called Werewolf by Night, and when the titular character needs someone else to get him out of a sticky situation, something's wrong. Now, some are going to tell me to quit nitpicking. It was an entertaining hour-long show. It has a fun guest star that also steals the spotlight from good old Jack whenever he's on screen. The guest star looks great, and hopefully we'll see more of him shambling around the MCU soon. Some might call me out for griping about a third-tier horror title that was only marginally popular in the late 70s and early 80s. Jack Russell was not my favorite Marvel character. That's Moon Knight, and they've already butchered him all to hell in his own series. But still, I was expecting more werewolfing in this werewolf special, and maybe let the audience know the last name of the title character for shits and giggles. This was a scant intro of Werewolf by Night to the masses. I'm glad so many people are digging it, because maybe that'll mean we'll see more and find out more about Jack Russell and his curse in the future. Maybe we'll get an origin next Halloween, and this will become an ongoing special to celebrate every year. As is, this was a fun experiment from Marvel and Disney, one I think lacked focus on the main character, one I think really was lacking because of no transformation sequence, one I think really didn't know or want to know the main character, but still, having endured some of the more recent Marvel efforts, it ranks as one of the more better looking and entertaining ones.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your